Alright, welcome back folks. This is Kevin1322 with Candle Power Forums. Today is the 20th September 2015. This is the Video 2 Beam Shot review of the TK75vnQ Vin's version of the TK75 2015 version, Q being quad. Some lights we're going to compare it to, since it is a thrower as well, is the K40 on the right, which has about 400K lux. The Phoenix TK75vnQ is 5,000 out the front lumens and 355K lux. And then two other thrower slash high lumen lights, the X40VN, which is about 3,600, I believe, out the front lumens, and 241K lux. And next to that is the I40VN, which is pushing 4,300, actually I believe it's 4,400 out the front lumens and about 215K lux. The bottom light, the silver one, is just a standard AA light. It's pushing about 250 lumens, and I'm just going to show that with my lights because sometimes we forget how bright these VIN lights are. A lot of people think 250 lumens is pretty bright, and it is bright compared to, several years ago for standard lights. So I just want to be able to see that. So let's get started. By the way, folks, videoing for us is my wonderful and beautiful wife. I tried the tripod, I tried doing it myself, and this is going to work a lot better. So thank you very much, baby, for doing that. So this very bright light, to some people, is the Terralux, and it's pushing again about 250 lumens. Now, let's do what we know is bright. TK75vnQ. Bam! That is a lot of light, for sure. Alright, let's go through modes. That's 1%, 5%, 15%, 50%, 70%, and 100%. Nice and bright. Pretty decent spill. Not as wide as some others, but it's nice. Lots of light, of course, coming out from this. Now let's look at beam profile a little bit. I'm going to turn the light down a little bit. We're going to look down at the bottom of the pool. Sorry about the bugs. Now you can see this light definitely has a nice hot spot. You can see the corona around it. Then you've got a nice spill. And on the outside edge, you're going to see the petals, what they call the beam petals. It is a multi-reflector light, and so it is normal that sometimes we get that. Now, I have to apologize. I think in the first video I said this light has an ugly beam. I need to correct myself on that. It doesn't have an ugly beam. It's definitely not anything like the old lights, like the mag lights with the bulbs. That was an ugly beam. Now, there are imperfections in this light. That's to be expected with emitters. Sorry, folks. Also, there are some lines in it, but as you can see, we're not seeing it out here, not outside, which is pretty normal. Those lines are mostly going to show up on the walls, and we call those white wall hunters. So the beam isn't perfect for sure, but it is a nice beam, and the petals are going to affect some people, and other people like myself really aren't going to care. So let's do some comparisons to other lights. Now, since this is kind of a thrower at 355K lux, we're going to do the K40 at about 400K lux. Nice round beam there. Lights that up no problem as expected. And by the way, the fence is 70 feet away from where I'm standing. So that's the K40. That is the TK75vnQ. K40 again. TK75Q, And beam shots up above. Alright, next light. And do the X40 VN. And you can see, if the camera goes down a little bit, you can see the pedals I was talking about on this one too. Highly talked about on this light, but not as much on the TK75. Alright, so again, X40 VN, TK75vnQ, X40 VN, TK75Q, and beam profiles up top. Last comparison light, I40 VN. Now, one of the things I really like about this light, among other things, is it does have a very wide spill. The camera isn't going to pick up as much of it, but it has nice hotspot, corona, and then spill, and then even more spill. So literally, if I'm walking with this light, I can put the light straight ahead, and I have light right down at my feet where I'm walking. So very, very wide spill. TK75vn does not have close to that, which is fine. It's a different light. So, I40 VN, TK75vnQ, I40 VN, TK75vnQ, and beam shots in the air. Alright. Now, if you give me just a few seconds, folks, we're going to move. We're going to do a little more distance shots. Alright, so my wife is going to zoom in the camera a little bit to about 6x just to show the throw a little bit more. Now, this first thing we're looking at is the top of a roof. It is an AC unit. It is 225 feet away. And then we're going to go to the end of the blocks and palm trees, and those are 600 feet away. We there?
Yep.
Alright, so this is the K40, a thrower. And TK75vnQ. K40, TK75vnQ. Obviously a lot more light. Both of them light that up no problem. Now we're going to go down to the palm trees, 600 feet from where I'm standing. Of course, the K40, no problem reaching those, lights those up just fine. And TK75vnQ obviously also lights them up no problem, only it lights up both trees, not just the one. K40, TK75vnQ. Next light, we're going to do the X40, 225 feet, lights everything up no problem. TK75vnQ. X40 VN, TK75vnQ, 600 feet, X40 VN, no problem lighting up both those trees. TK75Q does it a little bit better. X40 VN, TK75vnQ. Last light, I40 VN, 255 feet. Q, I40, the Q, 600 feet. I40 VN lights up the trees nicely. The Q does it even better. I40 and the Q. Now, one thing just have to point out, the camera, or at least on the computer, is showing the beams to be a little bit yellow. And definitely more yellow than what I am seeing with my eye. So just expect that if you get this light, it's not going to be that yellow. And just one more time, we're going to go through the different modes just for kicks. There's 1%, 5%, 15%, 50%, 70%, and 100%. Alright folks, so that is the beam shots. Again, video 2 of the TK75vnQ. Thank you for watching. Bye.